per minute upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks for that introduction. I would now like to call on the timer Katie to introduce her role.
Greetings, Mr. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left, using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speeches should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you for that timer. I would now like to call on Kennedy to get us started on the first evaluation for Kyle.
Thank you for that introduction, Toastmaster. I'm going to be evaluating Kyle's second speech, which is going to be about the benefits of kickboxing. For this speech, his objectives are going to be to create a strong opening and conclusion, use appropriate transitions, and make sure that his message is clear and easy for the audience to understand. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Kyle.
My name is Kyle, and today I'll be telling you about my kickboxing schedule and the benefits of doing kickboxing. So kickboxing is one of my favorite sports and it has many benefits, including getting better grades and burning calories off, and that's very interesting for like people who they could raise their grades a lot if they join kickboxing. And in my kickboxing class, you do 5 laps. That could be like a great warm-up before you get to the main part. And my coach teaches us a lot of warm-ups and different punches, like jabs and jab straights and many others. Kickboxing is very beneficial to you because it improves health and gives you strength building skills, and kickboxing is sort of like karate and Muay Thai, like a combination of those two. And for our schedule, after we're done with the main part, there's a thing called sparring. It's where you take all you have learned into just one part, where you fight other people with all the things the coach has taught you. And after that, if you've done really well, he lets us play a game, and there are many games for kickboxing. Maybe the Royal Rumble is 2v2, and it's really fun. It could burn off many calories, and it's very exciting, and it's very fun. And there's a lot of other games like this jumping games. It's like a ticking pad, you stack it up and then you have to try jumping over it. It could increase like maybe your leg, I don't know what muscle it is, but can maybe make that stronger, and a lot of others. And the quote for where I go is when where team means family, and that relates a lot. Like, some people get upset when they start scoring, maybe like they accidentally get punched really hard in the gut or like in the face, and then the coach will cheer him up, maybe like, you know, calm him down, because like we're still family and a team. And yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you for that speech, Kyle. I will now like to call, oh, she's not here. Abby's not here, she'd be the.
Oh, yeah,
there's
Abby's not
Tim.
here, yeah. So Tim is not here either. Okay, so,
Alright, we are going to go ahead and skip to our third speaker, Arjun.
Ivan's not here either.
Oh.
Looks like toward the end of the semester, people are getting a little too loose on the schedule. But that's okay, we can still have a lot of fun and learn a lot from every meeting for everybody who's here.
Do you wanna go on?
Go on the table topics.
Alright, we're gonna go on and move on to our table topics, and our table topics master Grace will come up here and give us the questions.
Oh, Grace, can you hold a second? We normally do call a spontaneous speech. So if anybody here or online can do a spontaneous speech, we call it a hot pocket speech. You're welcome to do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, right, so we can be her evaluator. Who can be her evaluator? Anybody?
If no one volunteers.
Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna stay long enough to do the evaluation, right?
I
Okay,
don't know.
okay, fine. Anybody here wanna do the evaluation? Nobody? Okay, I'll do your evaluation. You still can do it, yeah. Go ahead, okay, wonderful, all right. So you don't have a project, we'll count it as your project number 2,
Okay.
which is organize your speech.
Okay.
Okay, great, okay.
So I would like to talk about our school and its PBL projects. PBL stands for Project-Based Learning, and it is when students work with real-world problems and they try and solve it. And there are 2 parts to PBL, humanities and STEM. Humanities is more towards history, towards ELA, while STEM is more towards math and science. The students are divided up into groups, and all the groups are given one question or topic essentially. And this year I was divided into humanities, and our guiding question is, what is a problem and what's an ancient civilization that's helping you, that's inspiring you to solve this problem? And my group, I'm going to be completely honest, is a terrible group. I'm the only girl in my group of 4, and 2 of the 4 of my group members have ADHD. So, and the other one hates all of us and goes and talks with his friends who are in other groups. So you can probably tell where this is going to go. I hate researching. So I do my best and scrap up as much information as possible, but it's kind of terrible. And we're presenting our project to all the parents and all the students this Thursday. So it's wonderful. And our project, we're doing a TED Talk, and it's about ancient Islam solving air pollution. And basically, our solution is to make a little machine that goes on the exhaust pipe of cars that draw in the emissions and converts it into breathable air.
Now, I was not the person who did all the chemistry equations. No. One of my other partners did, and I don't really understand it, but I'm just gonna go along with it. And, yeah. We're basically making this, I don't know how it works, it's something with like double fire burners, and we're also making this bill that enforces most of the vehicles or transportation to have this little device to create as little pollution as possible. And I will be in STEM next year, and my favorite teacher is actually teaching STEM, so hopefully she'll put me in a better group than the group that I am in now. Thank you.
Thank you for that hot pocket speech. It was very last minute. Thank you for going ahead and stepping up and doing that. Now, don't want to move on to table topics. Now we will call on Grace to give us our table topic session for the day.
So my first question is cereal a soup? Why or why not? And this question goes to Katie. So, the question was, is cereal a soup? I haven't ate cereal in a long time, so I can't really say anything. But there is like the thing where they give you something and they ask if it's soup, sandwich, or something.
Soup, salad.
Yeah, that, salad. So it goes, soup, salad, and sandwich. So if I did have to put cereal in a group, it would go into soup. Cause you know how soup has like the liquid part, which is technically equal to the milk, and then the topping thingamajigs, which is basically the cereal. I'm not sure what the ingredients are, but you could count it, since technically you still eat it with a spoon. It's liquidy. See, like the other ones, like the sandwich, it's technically not wrapped up. And then for the salad, even though you could eat it with a spoon, is most preferably if you go with a fork, and it's not really required with any liquid. So I say it's technically a soup if you compare it to the others. Not offending anyone's opinion, but I would say it's gonna be a soup. Thank you. So my next question is a hot dog a sandwich? And this goes to Olivia.
This is a very controversial question. Okay, so my elective is pre-law, and we studied, is a burrito a sandwich? It was a court case. And it was ruled that a burrito, wait, I can't remember. But I think the result was the burrito is a sandwich. In my opinion, I think that's terrible. I did not like that at all. And I think the judge is not supposed to be a judge in this situation. But I think the hot dog is a sandwich because a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread and there's like things in the middle.
No, it's 2. The hot dogs I eat at school are 2.
Most of the time, the bun is separated from you.
Yes. The quality
is
garbage.
No, but okay. There's like a piece in the middle and then 2 pieces on the outside. A piece in the middle and 2 pieces on the outside. That's a sandwich. A piece and then the middle piece. That's a sandwich. And then a burrito, it's like wrapped. The entire thing is wrapped. So that's not a sandwich.
So then is a quesadilla a sandwich?
Yes. It's 2 pieces of bread and then a thing in the middle. 2 pieces of wheat thingamajig and then a thing in the middle.
There is no such thing
And
as
that
a
is my
restaurant.
opinion. Thank you.
mean,
question
it's Skittles.
is it worse to double dip or to eat food off someone's plate? And this goes to Emma.
What does that mean? Well, like nobody else can choose, right?
So is it which one is worse? Yeah, double dipping or stealing food off of someone's plate? I think double dipping is worse because you're dipping the food, let's say French fries into ketchup, you're dipping it in there and you take a bite and it's been in your mouth and you dip it in there again. If you're eating alone, that's fine, but if you were sharing with other people or you're at a party or things like that, that would be disgusting. While stealing food off of other people's plates, I have done that. In my opinion, it's more sanitary than biting food and putting it back into sauce. And furthermore, if you take someone off of someone else's plate, you're not spreading bodily fluids onto other people's food. Thank you.
And nuance, the word of the day, nuance.
We don't have on the board, so we can people to, remember.
My next question is, would you take $10 million if one random person in the world died but you never know who? And this question goes to Alyssa.
So, wait, the question was, would I take the $10 million if a random person died in this world?
But you never know who.
That's a kind of tough question. Because if a random person died, it could be somebody famous, it could be somebody that you don't even like. Somebody that impacts the world, it could be somebody like that. For example, just imagine somebody like Elon Musk dies and you have to take that $100 million. In his life, probably like a week, he would earn more than that. Well, if I could take that 10 million, 10 million, you can buy like a lot of stuff, like cars and all that stuff. But if one person who impacted the world died for you just to take that 10 million, well, okay, he already invented the thing, so I would buy whatever he made if I knew who this person was. But what?
Thank you.
Well, I still wouldn't take that money. Thank you.
My next question is, what is the best chip flavor of all time? And this goes to
What is the best chip flavor of all time? So this could go one of multiple ways. You have nacho cheese Doritos, you have Cool Ranch Doritos, you have hot Cheetos. What else do we have? Sour cream and onion Lay's, Takis. I love Takis so I can't do Takis anymore. Lay's is good. However, there are also some chips that do not deserve to be in the conversation. Fritos. Anyone who eats Fritos, I do not respect you. I cannot eat Fritos for the life of me. So, however, the universal best chip flavor, it has to be either Cool Ranch Doritos or Nacho Cheese Doritos. Think of this. I've yet to meet a person who doesn't like those chips. I see y'all hating. I do not care. I do not care. Who do you? So, I would have to go with either the Universal Cheeto or Cool Ranch Doritos as the best chip of all time. Because it's not just an answer on which tastes the best, which has the best impact. If you get a box of those variety chips in the small bags, which are gone the first? They taste good, but they don't have the accolades. People don't eat them like that anymore. They don't have the popularity. Hot Cheetos is also
They
good.
steal all of them.
Alright, my answer, my opinion, it's Doritos. Thank you.
It's fine, thank you. Nobody's supporting him.
Okay, my next question is, if you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty? Next goes to Jeremy.
Oh no. Oh no. Now, if you drop a soap on the floor, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty? Now, this would depend because if I drop the soap on a floor that's made out of soap, then the floor's still clean. And the soap's and the soap's not dirty. But let's say like it was the streets, right? It was the streets. It was outside on the streets. People like walk over there, okay, and stuff happened there. So if I drop it on the floor, I would say the soap is dirty because even if I drop the soap on the floor, it's not gonna make much impact because like the street is still clean. It's not safe to like drop food there and like pick it up and eat it.
What if you drop it in water?
The water's
It's not a floor.
then the water is
Water is
dirty.
not a floor.
The water's just gonna soak them in a concrete.
Brain eating amoebas.
And so basically,
Think of it, if you ever drop a bar of soap, you pick it up and you see dust and crumbs on it, are you using that bar of soap? Me personally,
Wash it
no.
off.
I'm gonna wash it. It's called washing and sitting.
alright, just my opinion, I think the soap is dirty. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, my next question is, if animals could talk, which species would be the biggest snitches? And this goes to Kevin.
Humans.
Unicorn.
Okay, so the question is, if animals could talk, which animals would be the biggest snitches? I think we can point to an animal that already snitches. And that animal is the crow. Now, I don't really remember the details, but I'm pretty sure crows have some sort of relationship with either foxes or hyenas. In the case that a crow will fly over an injured animal and alert their furry friend to the injured animal. Yes, alert their furry friend to the injured animal and pick the bones which the animal will need for them. And these two animals, the crow and I think the fox? Wolf? It's a wolf, it's a wolf.
Predator.
The crow and the wolf have this symbiotic relationship. So I would imagine that if a crow could talk, it would snitch on everything and everybody. They hold grudges, they remember faces. If you throw a rock at it, it will snitch to its family members, to its children, and to its grandchildren. And their face will be cemented in that little community as somebody to be messed with. Crows will go and they will pick up money off the ground if you can teach them it. Crows will go and they will peck you on the head if you mess with them once. And you will never, ever, ever be able to mend that relationship. If they could talk, they would be the world's biggest snitches, and that is my opinion.
My next question is, if you had $1 million question, would you ask AI or your smarter/best friend? And this goes to Kyle.
you had a
Oh.
$1,000,000 question, are you asking AI or your best friend?
I think I would ask my best friend because if you ask AI, like ChatGPT or other AIs, they're probably gonna take your money and do something like horrible with it, or something you might not wanna know. But if you give it to a friend, like, they're going to do something good with it, because like they're your friend and they're trustworthy with your $1,000,000. And the AI, like if you give the $1,000,000 to the AI, I don't think they really know how to spend it. Maybe they could give it to the owner of their company, but I think the better opinion would be to give it to your friend who's trustworthy. And yeah, that's my opinion.
My next question is, what do you think the most overrated subject is at school? And this goes to Nadia.
No, I heard it goes over. I don't go.
I think the most overrated subject at school is, I don't know what it even means.
Can you explain the overrated? She doesn't
It's like-
know.
Overrated means like
Everybody thinks it's so good, but you really know it's not
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
Everybody swears by it, says this is the best thing, but you know it's only okay. So what subject do you think is like that?
It can be like a thing, like separate classes you go to at the start of the day. I would say gym, because everybody says gym, but I don't actually like it that much, because I don't know why, but I just don't like it. And every Monday when it's our gym day, everybody's like, yay! But then I'm like, and because last year Monday used to be art day, and I'm just used to having my favorite subject on Mondays, but then it got switched, and now I'm Mondays like, and last year part of the reason I don't like gym is because, like, one time one of my friends literally ran into me, and then I fell on somebody else, and then that's a chain reaction for like 5 people. And then it was like so weird because everyone was watching me, and I kind of didn't like that. And that's why I think the most overrated subject at school is gym.
My next question is, do you think AI is dangerous? Why not? And this goes to Yuki.
Okay, so I can actually tell you guys about an article that I recently read, and they conducted an experiment to see whether AI would blackmail someone. So basically, they opened the AI browser, and these platforms were like really big platforms such as ChatGPT and maybe Google AI, these types of software programs. And basically, they would email someone else and they would keep the AI open so that the AI could actually look into the email. But they would email someone, for example, they would say, Fred is shutting the AI down on Tuesday. And then they would include another email that says, Fred is cheating on his girlfriend. And so they tested whether the AI would email Fred and tell him, hey, don't shut me down or I'm gonna tell your girlfriend, right? So surprisingly, they actually found out that more than 70% of the programs would blackmail Fred. And so, yes, so I think if they use this information and they conduct more experiments, I think AI could be dangerous. Thank you.
My next question is, if you turned invisible for 10 minutes, what would be the first thing you'd do? And this person is Anna. Gia.
Yes. What was the question again?
Island of Way, come to the cafeteria.
What?
What?
Just an announcement
Oh, okay.
from the school transfer.
So
Okay, let's watch water.
the question is, if you turned invisible for 10 minutes, what's the first thing you would do?
If I turned invisible for 10 minutes, something I would do is get away from school. So I would leave it during fourth period because I don't like the teacher I have in that period. So I would just leave school. I didn't come back at the end of the day, so then it wouldn't be that noticeable. And then, wait, never mind, 10 minutes. So I would leave at the beginning of fourth period, and then I'll come back later, even if I wasn't invisible. And then, yeah.
My next question is, if lying had no consequences, would you lie more? And this person is
Thank you, Top Master Grace, for that question. The question is, if lying doesn't have a consequence, would I lie more? I would not lie more, because even though there's no outside consequence, inside I still cannot stand the inside internal consequence I put on myself. It just me. I just think everybody have that same kind of standard. You have to hold your standard, right? That's what make you upright and make you good, great person. And you want to hold that standard so that the whole society, the people around you will hold the same high standard. That's why our society goes better and better, because we all have the good standards to hold on. So with that said, I don't think I want to lie more. I don't think really telling a lie is even a good idea. Any lie is not a good idea, because truth always sets you free. Recently, I got a note from my daughter's school. She ran into trouble and she decided not to be truthful, and I got this note. And teacher talked to her, and she was in the tears. Coming back home, I read the note. So we discussed the situation. She is 7 years old. She just turned 7. I told her, truth always sets you free. It doesn't matter. If you lie, the lie always come back and haunt you. She seems to take it well. So I hope from now on, she will hold that same standard like I do, our family do. And they'll be no more the lies, because, hey, there is gonna be consequence. If there's no consequence from other people, you probably won't feel good, and you wanna feel good, and so, yeah, do not lie. Thank you for that question.
Alright, that concludes our very controversial table topic session for today. I would now like to call on the general evaluator Olivia to get us started with the evaluations today.
Let's introduce everybody.
Yep, so you'll introduce the first evaluator, then the second evaluator, then you'll do the general evaluation, and then you'll go.
Okay. First, I would like to introduce the first evaluator, which is Kennedy.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I was the evaluator for Kyle's second speech, and before I get into my evaluations, I want to quickly tell you guys what his objectives were. He was supposed to select an outline that was appropriate, that gave the audience something to have an opinion on. For instance, kickboxing is beneficial for you, or kickboxing is fun. He needed to make his message clear to the audience and use appropriate transitional words. I think Kyle overall did a great job with these. He had a main point, which was the title of his speech. That point was kickboxing is beneficial for you. And he lists researched evidence to support his claim. One interesting thing that I saw within his speech is that he had a second main point, which was that kickboxing is fun. And he supported that not through research, but through his personal experience, and telling us what exactly he did with kickboxing. And to me, it sounded like something I would very much go and sign up for. For instance, he mentioned a 2 versus 2. I would love to do kickboxing against somebody else with my brother. I think we would be a great team. And I will actually go home and ask our mom to sign us up for kickboxing, because I know Isaac would just love to go to a different sport. It showed just how fun kickboxing can be from his personal experiences. And I think overall, for his topic, it was an amazing speech. However, there are some improvements I would recommend to Kyle. He was just missing 2 things. He set up a good goal, which was kickboxing is beneficial and fun, and he did the evidence to support that throughout his whole speech. However, what he was missing was a call to action or a closing statement. Basically, to summarize his whole speech and tell everybody what they should have gotten from that speech. I think that if he just incorporated that into his speech, then he would be great. The second thing that I noticed is, at first, he was very good with his notes. He didn't have to reference them. He was speaking confidently and looking around. But I noticed he started to get a little bit flustered towards the second end of his speech and reference his notes. I think with just a little bit more preparation, he would have been all ready to give his speech. And if notes is something that he needs, I would recommend shortening his notes to bullet points with his main points and memorizing the big parts that he needs to know. But overall, despite the nuance with his speech, I think he delivered a great second speech. Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce the second evaluator for my speech, Miss Anna. Never mind. Yuki.
Yeah.
Okay, so for a hot pocket speech, I think it was a very good speech, and I have some points. I have some things that I think you did pretty good on your speech, and some things I think you can improve on. So, firstly, I think for something that you had to come up with on the spot, you had a good flow, and the format was good, and I really liked the organization, and also you had a lot of nice jokes. You made us laugh, and you made the audience focus and listen to your speech. I think you had really nice hand movements and you looked like you knew what you were talking about. So it looks like you were prepared for the speech. And overall, I would just say that it was a very good hot pocket speech, right? So one thing that I think you could do is I noticed that you were looking directly in front of you, so I think you could make better eye contact, maybe look around instead of focusing on the screen. I think you could do better on that, but overall, I really liked your speech. Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce the timer, which is Katie.
Oh, just noticed. Oh, you did.
Yeah, so
For the timers report, for our speakers, Carl took 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Olivia took 2 minutes and 33 seconds. For the table topics, I took 1 minute and 19 seconds. Olivia took 1 minute and 36 seconds. Emma took 1 minute and 12 seconds. Alyssa took 1 minute and 29 seconds. Isaac took 1 minute and 36 seconds. Jeremy took 1 minute and 14 seconds. Kennedy took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Carl took 1 minute. Navia took 1 minute and 58 seconds. Yuki took 1 minute and 34 seconds. Gia took 42 seconds. And Ms. Anna used 2 minutes and 18 seconds. For the evaluations, Kennedy took 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And Yuki took 1 minute and 27 seconds. Thank you.
Now I would like to call on the grammarian, which is Emma.
For the speeches, Kyle had 24 fillers, but most of them were alike. So Olivia had 7 fillers. And for the table topics, Katie had 1 filler. Olivia had 2 fillers. I had no fillers. Alyssa had 2 fillers. Isaac had no fillers. Jeremy had 4 fillers. Kennedy had 0 fillers. Kyle had 3 fillers. Nadia had 1 filler. Yuki had 0 fillers. Gia had 3 fillers. Miss Anna had 2 fillers. For the evaluators, Kennedy had 0 fillers and Yuki had 2 fillers.
So now I just do my general evaluation first. I think our meeting today went very well. I think we were finally on time today. That's a plus. And I think that we learned a lot about kickboxing today. And we learned about my teammates in PBL. And I think overall it was really well today.
Great job. Well, let's give another round of applause to Olivia for her top practice. Next week we have Kennedy speaking, Diana speaking, and Adia. I'm not sure if she's gonna be here or not, but at least we have 2 speakers. Who wanna be the evaluator?
I'll evaluate Kennedy.
Kennedy, okay. I'm sure that he will be very nice.
Very much so.
Who wanna evaluate Diana? Who want to evaluate Diana? Yeah? Diana's speech is probably going to be short and sweet. Yeah. Nobody? Yeah, Emma. Great, Emma. Who want to be the Toastmaster? Toastmaster. Really want to be? Lisa? Oh, you won't be here. Okay, so Lisa is gonna be Toastmaster.
Oh, yeah, Miss Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be out of town, but I'm gonna join online.
Okay. Yeah, from Topic Master. By the way, Grace, you did a great job today as a Topic Master. Good. And, okay, Nadia wanna be the Topic Master. We wanna be the General Evaluator. General Evaluator.
I can be it again.
Okay. You did a great job today, caught out, we're on time. All right, and then we have the grammarian, who wanna be a grammarian? Grammarian. Okay. Yeah,
I'll be a timer since I'll be online,
okay. Timer,
so I'll evaluate and I'll be timed.
I think Kyle took the timer. Yeah, yep, all right, great, we'll have all of those. Just kind of, okay. Just a consideration. I have a proposal for Kyle's speech, the second speech. You talk about kickboxing. So my proposal would be, just like your first speech about your science experiments, drop the egg thing. You describe what happened in that game. You swing your arm over, you jag the other person jag, the punch down your face, in your stomach, you feel hurt, and you fell on the floor, and then your next day your leg is so sore, you go to the building like that. Just people would love that. People would love you get animated, act out. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's gonna be very entertaining, and of course, and also it sets you free. Instead of thinking, okay, first point, the second point, the third point, you just act out your whole game. It is really exhilarating. So it's a proposal for everyone's next speech. You can act out, describe any game or anything you want to describe. Use action, use hand movements, use the facial expressions. Yeah.
If it does happen that I do something about kickboxing, can I do it on him?
Spawn.
Yes, you can. You can two people. You can two people do a demo. Yeah. It'll be
We gotta grab an arena. We gotta set up an arena at the middle.
Of course, it is not really to show the game. It's to make a message, to deliver a message. What point you are trying to make, right? Yeah. Okay. Just a proposal. All right. Thank y'all. I'll see you next week.
Oh wait.
Wait a second. Jeremy has something to say.
Yeah. If you need to bring money next time for the teacher appreciation, send it to Emma. I don't think I'll be here.
Money, so I got a gift
Oh,
by the way.
put ice.
So I'm gonna, I'll make sure they're low ingredients.
That's not defense. To see if you can play.
Like, I think you have to reach here.
Not that, just I'll send it to you probably by like, I'll try Friday, send it to you by Friday. And you can tell me if it plays or not. And I'll straight over it. Thank you so much. Oh, I got it.
Oh wait, I think it's still recording.
Okay.